Oh man, I'm looking really tired and busted up. Yeah, man. Shout out to KQKC. That's a new channel. It's very entertaining. Just checked it out. A lot of people think that Canelo Alvarez, he's got this great set of power. Power. Canelo got power. He ain't got power like that. He got decent power. You know, he got decent power. But he ain't got power like that. He's sharp. There's a difference between being sharp and having tremendous power. We know this. Um, what was his name? Callum Smith said Canelo don't punch super duper hard. He's solid, but he don't really punch super duper hard. He's not like a killer. You know what I mean? Like people make it out to be. Now, Callum Smith got his arm damage. He had some bruises over his eyes. But Callum Smith said Canelo was never going to knock him out. He was never at any point in time hurt severely by Canelo. He did get hit with a body shot, I remember, well-placed body shot. But for the most part, Callum Smith was taking the punches. Of course, Callum Smith had very good defense. So, but Canelo was doing some destructive stuff with his arm, swell up his arm. Of course, when you punch between the bicep and the tricep at that particular point, you can damage the arm. That doesn't mean that Canelo wasn't doping or something. The accusation that Pacquiao was doping. A lot of people say Pacquiao don't hit that hard. But his punches do have an effect. So it could be that Canelo was doping. But the point is, people say, Canelo got this devastating power because he knocked out Kovalev. He ain't knocking out nobody else. He's not knocking out Charlo. He's not knocking out David Benavidez. He's not knocking out Billy Joe. He's not going to be. Oh, he might knock out Triple G. Triple G's old. And he always takes punches. But with respect to the other fighters, he's not going to knock out those guys. I'm going to tell you why. He's a sharp puncher. He didn't knock out Danny Jacobs. Right? The reason he knocked out Sergey Kovalev, which a lot of y'all just don't get, is because Sergey Kovalev, rounds 8, 9, 10, what happens? Sergey Kovalev, his conditioning is such that he's always vulnerable. When was he hurt? By Anthony Yarde in rounds 8, 9, 10. When was he hurt by Leo Alvarez? 8, 9, 10, right? That's typical. When did Ward stop him? 8, 9, 10, right? So when Canelo looked good and his trainer said take him out in round 11, he knew Kovalev was done. So he just took him out. Canelo's systematic like that, but y'all tripping. Canelo, he got power. He's got decent power, but he doesn't have that one shot knock you out power. Okay, he doesn't have that. He did it to. I'm just being. A lot of people say they're real and they're being truthful, but I'm telling you guys that everybody's saying they're telling you the truth these days, but I'm actually telling you the truth. I really am. Like, I'm explaining it, right? He's sharp and he places his punches very well. And he's explosive. But he's a hell of a lot smaller than these guys. Callum Smith, look how big Callum Smith was compared to Canelo. The only reason why Callum Smith couldn't really dish out what he wanted to Canelo is because he just couldn't find the range to dish it out. Because when he's that long and rangy, it's kind of hard to get your punches off if somebody's cramping you for space. Unless you work like Errol Spence, you can throw short chopping shots, you can collapse the arms to be able to do that and hook in close as well as outside and far. And even then, Canelo does have defense to handle that. Okay. So he don't got all this great, tremendous, earth-shattering puck that everybody be talking about. And if you have a decent defense, like Callum Smith had, obviously Callum Smith made it to the 12th round, right? Okay then. Okay? So, but Canelo was dominant because of the things he was doing. That's how he was able to push back Callum Smith. But he's not this great earth-shattering knockout artist, okay? but he has skills. The boy got skills. So Jamel Charlo, he's a pretty heavy puncher as well. Canelo's been fighting heavy punches straight through. He's a pretty heavy puncher as well. But as I said before, it takes a lot more than just being a heavy puncher and being accurate and be able to throw a jab with Canelo. Okay. So I just wanted to say that, make that abundantly clear. But shout out to KQKC. A lot of folks out here, you know, I understand. Some people, they say it's all good. It's all good. All I'm going to say is, now I like Canelo, but like I said before, I thought he ducked Charlo and Andre. He didn't really duck him because he faced Kovalev, and then he just faced Callum Smith, was arguably the best super middleweight out there, at least dubbed by the ring. So he's facing the best, right? But the thing about it is, Benavidez' title was offered to Canelo by the WBC. And yeah, Yildirim's in line to face Canelo, but I feel so strange that Benavidez doesn't get a shot at Canelo. And I know Benavidez was the one that screwed up, but the person who should be facing Canelo is Benavidez. Benavidez should get his shot at Canelo next for the WBC title. And again, how is Canelo the man? You see this, the best way to describe it is the curse and say effery, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to say that, but the WBC is doing a lot of crap, and offering a vacant title is not a problem. My problem is, you said this dude, he has no mandatories as a franchise champion, and all of a sudden, Yildirim is mandatory? How is that possible? And then Benavidez is ranked ahead of Yildirim. So it's like, he's always in some messed up situation. Like, this dude should have a straight shake. Nope, can't happen. Then he's not facing Andre. He's not facing Charlo. Now Benavidez' title, he's got it. That's Benavidez' title. Okay, yeah, Benavidez lost it on the scale, but Benavidez didn't lose any. He's undefeated. So I feel like if there's anything that should happen, is Benavidez should face Canelo. It's just logical. Don't you guys think so? I understand Yildirim has a shot. He should get time for his shot. But if anybody should get that title, I think it's Benavidez. Yildirim lost his last fight. How the hell is he a mandatory? Does that make sense to you? How can you lose your last fight and become a mandatory? That's what I never understood. I never understood it. Yeah, you faced Andre Dirrell, but why are you the mandatory when Benavidez is ranked above you? I don't understand these stupid things. You get what I'm saying? The dude's coming off a lot. I don't get it, man. David Benavidez should be facing Canelo next. That's really what should be it. David Benavidez should get a chance to get back his title. And he always say, well, but why would you reward a guy for indiscipline? Why is he getting rewarded for indiscipline? And that's a fair point. But still, nonetheless, he's ranked above Yildirim, who just lost his last fight. And you could argue that he won the fight against Andre Dirrell, but still, nonetheless, he lost his last fight. I don't understand, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't understand. Canelo should be facing David Benavidez next, and David Benavidez should get ready for that fight, and they should have it in Mexico. Benavidez versus Canelo. That's the fight. They're both Mexicans. They should have it in Mexico. Make it a historic event where the fight actually happens in Mexico. Benavidez should go down there. Canelo should face him, and they should make sure they're both VADA tested. That's what should happen. Straight talk. In the meantime, Billy Joe Saunders should face Demetrius Andre. Now, Jamal Charlo wants to jump up to 168. Jamal Charlo, if you're jumping up to 168, you should face David Benavidez right there. Show you a true champion. If Canelo don't want to face David Benavidez, you should show him I will face David Benavidez. That's how it should go down. So that Jamal Charlo has a legitimate name on his resume, and he goes through the fire. Whoever comes out of that fire, they should have the right to face Canelo, because them guys, if you don't go through the fire, you're not gonna beat Canelo. You're just not gonna beat this dude. You know, Callum Smith said, man, I'm gonna show him my power. I'm gonna show him who's boss. He's in my division. Didn't do shit. Right? So if you're going to face Canelo, you know, Danny Jacobs said, man, I got power. I'm surprised Canelo took the fight, blah, 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 blah. Didn't do shit. Okay? So at the end of the day, talk is cheap. And Canelo needs to face these guys and let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. They talking a big talk. Time for action. Canelo should go up to David Benavidez. And he has no problem dealing with different promotional companies and different managers and different affiliations. Make a fight happen. It's gotta be on Showtime, so be it. Just make sure he gets the fullness of the paycheck. He get the bigger cut. Make it happen. You know? He should be entitled to a voluntary. He should face David Benavidez. That's the fight. He gets past David Benavidez. You want to take an easy fight in between, stay busy, and then get on with it. The winner of Demetrius Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders. That's how you clean house. As for Caleb Plant, who Caleb Plant could face? Maybe Caleb Plant should get it on with Benavidez because they got a grudge match. The winner face Canelo. But they need to go through. These guys need to be baptized by get tested because they're gonna be tested with Canelo. And Canelo's not going to try and do something to play to their strengths. He's going to play to their weaknesses. He's going to try and take away their strengths, as he did with Callum Smith. You can't win a fight against Canelo if you ain't ready, and you can't be ready unless you haven't been tested. Anyway, peoples, this is all I got for now. What you need in the building, I'm just saying, Canelo don't got this earth-quaking, earth-shattering power that people be talking about. He hits sharp. He's very sharp. And obviously he's built physically strong, but he ain't got that earth-shattering power that people talking about. I can tell you that. He's very sharp. You know, if he had earth-shattering power, he done knock out Callum Smith. He'd have laid Callum Smith out just like how he laid out Sergey Kovalev. That's not the reason he laid out Sergey Kovalev. It's boxing, man. Y'all got to know what the boxing. Y'all got to know your boxing. I got to get out of here. I got to continue doing some work, but I'm going to catch you guys later on what you need. Peace. What am I doing?